Maybe we don't have to use. My question is, you don't have to answer this, why would you?
There's a bottle of water right next to it.
And there's some people that don't probably watch it. Well, just from initially. So we have another way to record because we have a camera. That's. Because if Sunday's coming up on the 18th, going to be putting in a meeting.
So if you're not going to one page, you can see this original sound from the business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Join your meetings at one.
Correct. We got two right now. So then the next thing I want to see is who's online. So I'll click participants, and then I get this little box. I'll slide it over here, and then there's one for chat, so you can see questions. And I put it over there.
I got the super duper for cars.
Now, when participants log on, are they set up to be automatically muted? Because there's been some times we've all been together and you hear someone talk, so what's that look like?
Oh, no, once you have it on.
Sorry, I'm looking for the glasses. I couldn't find them this morning.
So
Too much.
that's too much. So you can see, but I can use it once in a while. It's not.
Okay, well, good.
We're active. Wayne is muted.
You want to mute us and only mute
Okay, good morning, everyone. Turn to page 1 in your prayer book and we'll begin. Give me a moment still.
So good morning. Also Zoom thing. So in the Zoom, so we have a little bit issues in the internet. Okay, you're using the hotspot, so we can go, so.
Okay, to page 1. All mothers, sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. Until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. All sentient beings, limitless as the sky, take refuge in the glorious, kind Lama Vajradhara, the embodiment of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, source of the 84,000 categories of the teaching and Lord of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Idams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. gyapsu jiyo sangye chomden de namba gyapsu jiyo dambe jo namba gyapsu jiyo pape gende namba gyapsu jiyo Bawo kanto chokyo some so yeshe ke jandan tempa namla japsun je.
Page 4.
Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Embrace the enlightened mind of Bodhisattvas. I too, for the benefit of all beings, give birth bodhicitta and apply myself to stages of the path. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Refuge of all sentient beings without exception, divine subjugator of terrifying Maras, together with their hosts of demons, the one who understands all reality without exception exactly as they are, transcendent conqueror, together with your disciples, please come here to this place. Dude Ponje Meze Jongze La Nonag Malu Jishin Yen Yorube Jomde Korje Nende Sheksu So Arga Baden Kushbe Dube Aloy Gengende Nivede Shada Bade Saso. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Sangha Shingla Mikte Puwayi Droker Nanda Shindu Jiwashayo Chaksel Wadan Jochin Shakpada and Jesu Yaran Kushin Sowayi Gewa Chungse Dagi Jizaba Tamche Sope Chanchu Chemu. Okay, and then move to page 11. Namo, to the Lama of utterly pure appearance and existence, I offer the fundamental ground of appearance and existence. I supplicate you to thoroughly liberate the 3 realms. Please grant your blessings and overturn the depths of samsara. Sublime Master, wish-fulfilling jewel, crown ornament, the inconceivable, inexpressible mind of the victorious ones, the one endowed with the 5 wisdoms of omniscience, gracious one, the embodiment of love, precious protector of beings, I supplicate you from within the essence of mind. Please grant your blessings from within the innate nature. Please bless me that I may realize the Dharmakaya that is beyond intellect, this primordially unborn, completely pure mind. Transcendent conqueror, the one thus gone, foe destroyer of afflictive emotions, completely perfected Buddha, endowed with logic and virtue, the one gone to bliss, knower of the world, captain, tamer of beings, the unexcelled teacher of gods and men, I respectfully prostrate, completely touching my head to the stainless feet of the unequaled Shakya king. At the time of your birth, leader of 2-legged beings, taking 7 steps on this great earth, you proclaimed, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise even then, I prostrate. Possessing a body of complete purity, your sublime form is excellent. An ocean of primordial wisdom, you are like a golden mountain. The one whose renown is evident throughout the 3 worlds, protector of supreme attainment, to you I prostrate. To you who are endowed with the supreme marks, whose face is like an immaculate moon, to you, the one with a complexion like gold, I prostrate. A flawless one such as you among the 3 levels of existence is most exquisite. Unparalleled, omniscient one, to you I prostrate. Supreme among humans, captain of those to be tamed, the one thus gone who severs the all-binding fetters, who with senses pacified is utterly pacified and skilled in peace. To that one, the one who dwelled at Shravasti, I prostrate. refuge endowed with great compassion, totally omniscient one who indicates the way, ground bases for oceans of merit and qualities, I prostrate to the one thus gone, the pure cause free from attachments, the virtue that liberates from the lower realms, the altogether supreme ultimate truth, to the pacifying Dharma I prostrate. Having been liberated, they also reveal the path to liberation. Thoroughly respectful of the three higher trainings, they are a field of sublime qualities. To the Sangha, I also prostrate. And to page 9. Kamso yugo sovade korwa dondo so jinjilo jeye shurbo sogeje nasam jome javeto nyembe yeshe nadan sawe daki kadrinche Drowa Jobze Rinpoche Takjemni Kinmane Sorwande Jonye Jagande Jenje Lo Samdone Jime Nandande Lode Joko Topa Jinje Lo Tende Geshen Chepa Drachampa Yidapa Zope Sangye Rikpa Tam Chatsu Dempa Dewa Shekpa Jiten Gempa Kibu Duwa Kalo Kurwa Lana Mepa Lagda Me Namki Dompa Dene Shake Kidapo Shake Dude Pepala Ango Raptu Toche Gube Chaksalo Kanye Zo Jodamse Chicken de la Jomba Dumone Nani Jiten Dina Choche Son Tetse Kepa Jela Chatselo Namda Guna Choto Sotwawa Yeshe Yatso Serge Lombonda Drapa Jiten Somat Nagnewa Gombo Jone Gela Chatselo Senjo Dempa Drime Tawesia Sergo Dwawa Gela Chakselo Udodra Jodra Sepa Sonadze Nyame Yenten Gela Chakselo Amen. Duwa Kalo Jodze Kunjo Jiwa Jodze Deshinje Wambo Zezin Zelake Kenyo Shopa de la Chatsalo Gombo Toge Chendempa Tanje Genpa Tompa Po Sona Yonten Yatsoye Deshin Shekla Chakselo Ape Jodai Tlaweyu Kewe Genson Le Droshin Shikega Dondai Jodyorpa Seigneur July Chakselo Ordone Jovel Anyondon La Pata La Rategu Kende Tamba yondenji gende loyan chaksalu. And turn to page 15. I prostrate to the youthful Manjusri, to those in the worlds of the 10 directions, however many there are, all the lions among humans who appeared during the 3 times, to all of them without exception, I pay homage with respectful body, speech, and mind. The force of my aspiration prayer for excellent conduct brings all the victorious ones directly to mind. Bowing down with bodies as numerous as atoms in the realms, I prostrate to all the victorious ones. In a single atom, there are Buddhas as numerous as atoms, each residing in the midst of their sons and daughters. Like that, I imagine the whole Dharmatatu completely filled with victorious ones. To those with oceans of inexhaustible, praiseworthy qualities, with sounds containing oceans of tones of melodic speech, I express the qualities of all the victorious ones. I praise all the Sugatas. With the finest flowers, the finest garlands, music, ointments, supreme parasols, supreme lamps, and the finest incense, I make offerings to the victorious ones. With the finest cloth, supreme scents, and fine powders equal to Mount Meru, all displayed in supreme and magnificent ways, I make offerings to those victorious ones. With vast and unsurpassable offerings, I venerate all the victorious ones. Through the power of faith and excellent conduct, I prostrate and offer to the victorious ones. Whatever negative actions I have performed with body, speech, and also mind, overpowered by desire, aggression, and stupidity, I confess each and every one of them. I rejoice in everyone's merit, the victorious ones of the 10 directions, the Bodhisattvas, the Pratyeka Buddhas, those in training, those beyond training, and all beings. I request the protectors, the lamps of the worlds of the 10 directions, who passing through the stages of awakening, attain Buddhahood beyond attachment to turn the unsurpassable Dharma wheel. I supplicate with my palms joined together, those who demonstrate nirvana, to remain for kalpas as numerous as atoms in the realms, for the welfare and happiness of all beings. I dedicate whatever slight virtue is accumulated, through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and supplicating, to enlightenment. And to page 16. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the 2 vehicles and their combination according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. Semchen namki sampada loye jedra jetawa che chon tomon tekpaye Chuki kolo koduso.
So still okay? Internet is working okay? Okay. So I think before we are going to practice, so we, I think how important Dharma practice. I think particularly, these days. Also, I think Dharma practice is really helpful for us. So Dharma practice, it is like food, good food. It is the cloth. And the Dharma is truly help to us. A reason I say is particular these days. How much we see, negatives in the world, or how many there are wrongdoings, which means everybody want happy, but they create like killing and war. So really situation is really bad, So sometimes we really also, we cannot do anything, but very sad, even though we are sick, as much as possible, we can try to cure that sickness. Also, we have maybe getting, old, but we can kind of exercise, meditation, able to slow down in aging, So that's important. But now they're doing is just killing, how young people, just so children, and not only that, so the situation is probably everybody knows, right? So very difficulty, I think, time. At the same time, so we not able to stop, we don't have the power, the control. So same time, also we see situation, we saw, this happening, so difficulty time. So I think I saying this, we cannot change, but we can change, in our mind. So we have to individually, I think, generated, love, compassion, and cares each other. Also, like we have meditation, how we are individually, we are meantime, I don't know. So we are lucky, so we are okay. We are not really in the war zone, so we are okay. So we have to also have to kind of appreciate, individually. And secondly, is one thing we kept talking about love, compassion, right? probably we have everybody, but we have the loving kindness or compassion. At the same time, if not really we practice, there we have love and compassion is very limited. And very limit, and also not stable, right? If something obstacle comes, go away, or gone, love and compassion is gone, right? So we okay, everything's, we not say, and so situation is easy to, okay, I benefit others, and love to others. That's a good thing, but we can. But then, some condition, circumstance, it's gone, So I think really these days, I think I said before, I think very, very important to Dharma practice. Also we really, I think we need it, we need. So otherwise I say this kind of, all the, these days, technology, and the technology so seems to be, I always say technology bad, but it looks like bad, I think. How much make it busy, If it's busy, then, so negative side is very easy to grow, easy to come. If not busy, right, so they have patience. You okay? Like my experience in the airport, I first come to the US. So that time is the their workers in the airport, they are whatever, ticket counter or baggage, checking the bags. So that time is, I saw this, like, how nice the Americans, just amazing, like how, because that times I don't know, not good, English, but also sometimes wearing the monk's robe. The people come to me, where we're going, do you need help? I say, okay, but yeah, where you get, where you get, they take me to the gate. Whatever, this just kind of hard all the time, so how patient, how nice. Because they have time, not difficult, distress for their job. So enough people do the help. So then everybody like more helpful and more compassion, more care others. But right now, so they no time. People is person less and less, more like pushing the technology, So these days, even to us, no answer. Okay, look, the computer work on this, monitor, whatever. Just some people just even do not answer. So never ever show you, okay, check where you get or whatever. Terminal, no. Just look the computer, that's it. So this situation is like I say in the wars, probably, even though we like gross stores, right? So before have like we talk to person each other, then we buy or whatever, but we don't now. And same thing like airport, no person. So everything is on. Then this how confusing. So we are not good English, but even though like Americans, how difficult older people, they don't know how to put check in. There's too many questions, and then there was how to put in the bag tag, and very difficult. So I say really need to slow down inner mind. So kind of generate a little bit, positive things. Whatever we appreciate, we have. And also, we have to really important, how Buddha said. So, depends in our mind. So, really enjoy, relax. We can make, or individually, they don't want, they make miserable. Many people, they're doing now. So actually recently, right, so we went to Kentucky. So in the bridge, right, the bridge. And then, what they said, Lincoln, they said I think in the road, just kind of whatever passing, angry, and then they shot again, and then.
Yeah, there was a road rage situation where two trucks, two drivers were angry at each other. They got off the state road onto a bridge. One of them shot the other one, shut down all the roads all around it. And so not much patience.
Right, so what is wrong, Maybe a little bit speeding, right? So that's whatever cut off. One hand said nothing, what? But how big consequences they killed. And then the killer is go to jail, How many years? So one is dead there, we got there, they dead there. So that is not enough, the inner strength. So kind of we said like what called this, really extremely small-minded. And so, right, yeah, really is what the problem, right? So we thinking, or he's somebody, always they go with somebody in a fast car, some people are slow, and I think it's really just, some people that are maybe, young, women, older people, younger people, all kind of people in the road. So there are no problems. So the body kind of mind is too busy, really easy to kind of agitation, angry. So that's, I think, we wish, so some meditation, practice, love and compassion. And through the practice, right? So practice means change the mind. Basically, okay, we sometimes confuse, okay, you practice Vajrasattva, Vajra Yogini, Grindara, Buddha, Guru Rinpoche, Vatara, Jenes, Achi, right? So I don't understand how these different mentors, different shapes. But the reason those are why we practice is we have to change the mind. Okay? How we change, whatever we have problems, difficulties, So that's we need to change. So, like we said, the practitioners, in a practice, whatever you practice, okay? So, then later on, you're able to see completely changing the object. So, like, inside or outside, is you kind of like every time appreciate. And you able to see the object, is you able to like very beauty, very nice. So, and also the look inside, what kind of really, if in a practice, then you really appreciate yourself. So those brings to happy, joy, really kind of bliss. So no need to give somebody, We can get, but we not using. We using bad things, Not everybody, I think. But with example of the road, Not only this, not only that happened like hundreds, thousands, and also like if we didn't see the appreciation and the beauty, then so little bit falling into the negative side, and then the problem starts, So the negative arise, then it's just kind of like sub-clinging, sub-fish is kind of power on. So that's the biggest issue, So even though these days sometimes I think this is not that nice, but so people maybe, I'm not sure everybody, but people wish, that's, even though I want to, or even though didn't marry, whatever, think, just husband thinking, just my wife is doing everything, for me. That's why they married, The wife thinking, everything to my husband, no, really it's the marriage, not that means. If these situations, then it's not conflict. They do everything, probably not the wife not doing, or maybe not doing everything for her husband. Then problem comes. So, and same thing, like, whatever, sometimes the sub-clinging, so not thinking others, that's the biggest issue. So actually sub-clinging is really biggest obstacle for happiness, relax, enjoyment. That's the biggest obstacle, like worldly, way of life, or whatever, that's life, or dharma aspect. So that's, we said we called whatever, samsara or whatever, we stuck. Why did we stuck here? It's sub-clinging, So this we can, start, I'm not thinking about myself, normal, but that's probably not work. But we have to understand it, So also be reasonable. Why I not much thinking myself? So they actually, I'm not thinking myself, like start, right? So that's kind of, I think, my motivation or my action, whatever. Then they start sort of enjoyment, start. What do you think? Right? So this I start, and then they never then satisfied, Never appreciate others because me, right? And yeah, I think I this only thinking myself. I perfectly fine. That's okay, you know. Sure, okay. Just thinking about myself, then I good, you know. So, no, at all. If you're very strong myself, then start suffering, start difficult. They start unsatisfied, you know. Everything is ugly. There you cannot see any luck, beauty, you know. You cannot see the appreciation you have. So that's, I think, so main thing is, if we, I said very important, these days, counter-generated love, compassion, meditation, you know, relax. I think that is very necessary. I said before, it is this cloth, you know. It is this food we need, you know. So we have regular clothing, right? How many you have, you know, so no problem. We just no shortage, probably this country. And the food, just whatever junk food or good food, we have plenty for food, so. But still we need something more than regular food, more than the cloth we need, actually. So that is practice, that is meditation for short time or long run. So that's, I think, really individually very soon. And also I say, individually, slowly we practice one person or compassionate, care others, or maybe two persons. So one not big deal, but slowly we can change the entire world, you know. Maybe how long take, who knows? But otherwise, we said we cannot start war. Who can start the war? Impossible. You know, this something, whatever happened, problems, we cannot start, even though we cannot start one person's wrongdoing, you know, so we know power. But we slowly change first on, right? On responsibilities, on change. Then slowly, you know, so this like kind of interesting, right? And we can sort of like maybe 100 difficult person, you know. We change one person, then just 99, they're no longer 100, you know, so this, but doesn't matter, kind of the help, but mainly is, I think Dharma practice is very important our life, and also everybody knows, you know, particular we are Dharma practitioners, so we said our precious human life. So I think it is precious. And very difficult to born in precious human life. So yeah, many there's teachings, but we know, you know here. So really is not really last long, precious human life. So I think we have born in precious human life, so we're thinking about really meaningful use the precious human life. So also I said the technology is tremendous in the destruction, you know, waste the time. So yes, of course, we need to use those technology, that's okay. But also, we not really focus the technology, you know, maybe more focus what is meaningful, you know. So I said, we really, every sentient beings, every human beings, they want to happy. That's sure. You are older or younger, male, female, right? So everybody wish want. We go ahead. Wind our hand, We no excuse, Oh, I wonder, but this. No. Really on hand, on choice. So, like for example, it's interesting, right? So if somebody tell you, give the order, you poem, look the poem whole day. If they give job, how difficult, right? If you pay for like $50 an hour, but still complain, wow, I don't want to do this all days, the holding the poem. What do you think? If the good job, somebody give the job, I think we don't want, right? Really is. I don't want, but I don't know. So somebody pay you, you just hold this, you're looking the poem. Right? So this not, one hand is not easy. Kind of like more distraction, and the mental is not really stable, because the technology moving. The mind make busy, So there are no patience. Easy to like whatever, agitations, whatever the problems. There are no really called working, on the life, what you need to take care of things, you can take care, cook, clean, whatever you need jobs done. You're not, because, and then they're all too much looking upon, and then you don't want to do things. So anyway, so these kind of useful, I think, but also same time, which one's important, which one's necessary, and so just balance this much time I want to practice, So very important. And also I said another thing is on hand, right? Our individual choice. But same time, if you're not practice, you tend your own mind. Take time. Okay, I changed today, Who can change today? No. Same thing, yesterday. But if you practice today, maybe your practice start today, right? Maybe it feels not different yesterday, but you can 1 week, you keep going practice. And then from yesterday to next Sunday, you look up and change it. Not completely change, but you feel. There maybe you look up and interesting, maybe meditation helps, They work. Or Dharma practice, help me, you can feel. So that's why I said, practice. Again and again, So then eventually you're free. Completely you're free. Even though you say, you're free. You maybe there's because this, interesting, this that's not true or not, but they say is the high that's what is the practitioners, right? If you're not truly something gone, then kind of your body and your physical is like an illusion. You can change, So this is the Narobas and the Tilobas, what is the love story, right? So one time Tiloba said, well, if someone have the or faith or devotion. So he said, someone, my disciples, if you have the devotions faith, then you can jump in the whatever this 2-3 story house. So Naropa jumped, and the ground, he broke his legs and ribs. And then the Naropa said, what happened? Yeah, terrible. Yeah, no, they didn't say terrible. Yeah, I broke my legs and ribs. Oh, not big deal. Yeah, if you're not broken your mind, your physical, that's okay. But there he got snipped. He's okay. He can walk, just can recover quickly. The reason is the no clinging. So, but this level is maybe take time, but so also even though with problems, mostly problems, sure, of course, the physical problems, sure, I believe, but same time, is that I thinking maybe the physical problem or pain is 50% your mind, and the 50% is physical problem. What do you think? Right? You have, or leg is your pain, and then maybe someone just their leg problem, sort of more using through the generated motivation to others. And that person and some person, I think, just only I don't like pain, I want to see how special it is. So that's two people, right? So this other person thinking of others, there may be like 50% less the pain. So one person thinking only just themselves, worry, you don't want, the much worse, like sort of like 100 degree, 100 times, 100. So that's, I think, and the same thing, so they also inside, mind too, inside. So depends, individually. Yourself, appreciation, you can change. This is your mind, and so we call it like a purification, so Dharma practice purification. So purification is really is that this its own like whatever difficult part you can purify, you can change. So actually we have the Buddha nature, so but same time you have to working on. And also, I think I said because this practice really important. So sometimes we are kind of discouraged or difficulties is not inner appreciation your own thing. You're not sort of like, you know, maybe you understand it, but your feeling is that don't understand in the opportunities. So we have a separation, Himala, we have opportunities. You can, Dharma side, you can achieve enlightenment this lifetime, you can do. And you can, or meditation, whatever, you can become arhat this lifetime, you can. Or just only this, thinking about only this life. But you, if you meditation, you are in joyful life. You can handle, if you train the mind, right, the stable, your looks like problem, you're okay, you know. So interesting, you know, training the mind, train the mind, is you can change every good things, you know. Really is the reality is opportunity, you know. Okay. Not 100% me, you know, but I practice, okay? So, maybe you guys too, you guys maybe practice too. So, I sick, you know. That's not the thing, the biggest problem, right? So we can use, you know, really is this I sick might be me? I don't think so, right? How many people sick? So they're thinking about others. Oh, that's not only me, you know. So I difficulty of sickness, at the same time, the others, just moving to others. Oh, they have the sick, you know. So then this mind is bigger, you care, that's opportunity. Actually, you're sick. Why is it really opportunity? And also we said, the Buddha said, you could, like, Four Noble Truths, right? First, you understand suffering, right? So first they think, oh, I don't want to suffering, you know, what they're talking about, the suffering. But how? Why not talking about suffering, you know? We not, never ever we know suffering, that's, oh, why are we talking about suffering? But individually we have. You're understanding the difficulties. Thus bring to the path more strength. If there's no difficulties, and then no difficulties, and then no perfect. Okay? If you know suffering, and then no enjoyments. So first, difficulties, okay? Thus we can use. So interesting that long retreat, sometimes the meditation, sometimes interesting, right? So we, long time in the meditation, they call it like during the practice, like Tiriya retreat or Mahamudra, during the Mahamudra time, they called the Dakinis examination. So interesting, so these difficulties, okay? So we meditate and meditate, right? They really long enough meditate, and then normal problems, no difficult, like external things like food, money, or whatever, possessions, friends, or enemies, or those are probably gone. Enough you meditate, you know. Even though you are maybe physically pain or not, maybe not that, really not much worry about. But the problem, not problem comes, kind of like, I think, maybe similar, you know, these days, some depression or something like kind of this inner, there's no reason, like kind of kind of like cannot explain what the problem, like huge sort of like. This, yes, of course, we said another problem is, oh, today is no food, not that like that, or somebody tell me I'm bad, that's not really big deal, anything, But this kind of thing, and then, so that moment you have, right, and then this sort of very quickly change it. And really kind of, so that's the higher, I think, but also the lower. Sometimes very difficult is useful, but also not keep going, So we said that also we thinking about change the mind, what they change the mind. So something difficulty, whatever, issue, that's change. So, okay, so do you have some questions? Okay.
So I like easy memory devices. So we have, everybody knows, AA, right? Alcoholics Anonymous program to get over alcohol addiction. So we have now attachment and aversion. And you just add one more A, avoid attachment and aversion. But, so that's one thing. I find that negativity is often the biggest problem these days, as you started talking about. And I found sometimes just a mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, or just pay. You can change your mind sometimes by just shouting it out almost, right? Pushing it out of your mind. But I guess the real question is, there's also understanding your own aversion, right? Which is much more complicated. And so I guess my question to you is, dwelling on your own negativity, whether it's something like anger, jealousy, whatever, is that a good thing? To dwell on it? I mean, to understand it, yes, but to dwell on it, I don't know.
Right, so this first thing is, yeah, you're right. So the mantra is powerful. So sometimes, like for instance, I think one thing, I think anger, Sometimes you get really angry and the meditation is not really helpful. Because you're more reminded, because you're less distraction, So anger is more powerful, you're thinking of your other things. Sometimes, so the interesting, another thing is, so one mind in one thought. So this, you cannot two thoughts same time. You don't. Right? So if you like positive side, you single-minded in the meditation, most powerful. But same time, your negative side in the single, I said the attention we lack. angry to other guy just killed. So that time it's just really angry, you know. So maybe there's not many thoughts, other thoughts. So that moment is the mentor is better because fully angry, and then just you say, oh, many bemehon, you know, just do no visualize what is mentor, doesn't matter, you know. Jaren say no need to visualize. You cannot visualization that time. But you said, oh, many bemehon. So then the kind of distraction for anger. So no, not fully 100% anger. So like to reduce the power, the anger. So that's really helpful. And the other one, what is that? You said aversion. What do you think? What is another English? I don't understand.
Void.
He's talking about avoiding,
Avoiding.
yeah, like pushing away.
All right. Okay.
Getting to the side.
I think many ways different, but really is the most important is the mindfulness. And also this kind of avoiding is not best solution, but some case, okay, you know. So just like for instance, just really you fight or those things, just walk away, you know. Better. Otherwise, you know, more, there's no solution. But also, the difficulty that moment will be difficult to enough time. But mainly, if you are enough time, so kind of analyze. So that biggest problem is that moment, we're not doing that and then not enough time. But like, so for instance, the anger and difficult, but the Lord Jesus is saying is really important, analyze. So when I have jealousy, what feel I am? Not thinking about others, you know. Be too jealousy to others. Don't worry. How I feel. Or I am angry, maybe not thinking about others, your enemy, but you're thinking ourselves. What I feel. So when you negative half, not happy. So then another second thought is, or I really want a difficulty or something, or I want happy, you know. So then, or I want happy, they'll not keep going. So also this, but however, sometimes we know strength, no power, even though we understand, right? So still not able to stop or hatred or anger. So that's why we kept turning again. And then eventually they said, we called the Tibetan Tando Hyado, is So one kind of free, you know, mind. Okay, you want to really become angry, you're okay, angry, you know. Then you said, okay, that's it, done. You can stop. You're able to stop. Yeah, sometimes we, you know, so like particular, I think India, sort of like not really big deal, but sort of purpose, you know, just look like angry, you know, why are you doing this? So sometimes needed, you know, but maybe beneficial, something working or business or, kind of lick up strict, So that's, you can. And then not keep going. Okay, done, you can luck. So, I think my experience, so I was 6 years at disciplinarian. So probably you guys familiar or not, but in the monk is also, you think, oh, monk is, perfect, this is, meditators. They're listening. No. Actually, not at all, So he said, gently, oh, yeah, you do this, yeah, you nice. No, there's no work at all. You have to strict. You have to punishment, Because we need to take care of those things, We don't want to become the bad person, stay in the monastery, So have to train them. So very strict. Have to punishment. But then, so I learned is okay. Sometimes, in the China, big monks gathering, so they really, really angry or whatever it looks like. Sometimes angry, really angry, So they're doing all the opposite things. I do first. They say nicely, you do this, you do that. They're not doing at all. They're 100% opposite. So, but then I out in the China. I'm not thinking at all. He did bad job, whatever he did that. So that is actually very important, And also, so sometimes, like I said, I have to show them, but particularly, yeah, I think we are. So also another thing is the using to the cares other. Even though you look very angry, yelling or whatever, but the reason is purpose cares other. So that's easy to help. So sometimes you see this, we more closer and more fight, right? I think it looks like, more complain, or husband, wife, and said, yeah, that's wrong, no, they said yes. You're not telling the others, so what are you doing? Just, I think, so that's how it's, one is really, looks like complain, looks like fight, but not. Reason is closer, we're not fighting the normal people in the street, not. Somebody said, oh, okay, but not complain, But in the family, said somebody, husband said that their wife said, no, that's not right, And other side, this, the wife said that this, no, the other way, just. So, but this kind of sometimes, closer. And also another thing is, we play afflict emotions. Play, play? What do you mean play?
Play.
Huh? Huh?
Play with them.
Yeah, play with them. What means play? Yeah.
Treat like a game.
Yeah, just like game, right? Game or whatever, play or card. So I decide, you decide, I win, you lose, you win, I lose, those things, right?
Not serious.
So that's kind of we have to, but he had again, play or what? We know pay attention, so I don't know this, what called this, not gambling, okay, gambling is a big problem, you have a big deal. But I talking about just fun play,
Like we have board games. So when you play the board games, there's rules. Somebody might win or lose, but you don't take it serious. At the end of the game, everybody leaves, no problems, kind of light.
Right, so this kind of we in the world here, you know, to play the game. So because the mind is stable, I say this, then you really can apply the game. Whatever you look like angry, no, not really. So looks like there are problems, but the deeper side is there's, in fact, anything inside, deeper way. Yes, but the mind is bigger, it's just not shaking inside, superficially kind of shaking, you know. So those, I think, is really good luck. Examples, right? They say, okay, you meditate. It is like, actually, the Milarepa talked to the Pedramom, right? The one woman, Nyama Pedramom. So they discuss a lot, you know, so her and with Milarepa and so then Milarepa said, okay, you go to meditate. It is like ocean. So then Nyama Pedramom, oh yeah, God, I okay meditate. It is like ocean. I find meditate ocean, but I not found with the webs, you know, comes, goes, this difficult, not smooth, you know. Then Milarepa said, that's okay. You keep going, meditate, it is like ocean. You see waves no different in the ocean. Just look up, look down. Just the coming from the ocean, the dissolve into the ocean. So same thing, like, so also we are concept and thoughts, thinking, you know, yes, all kind of thinking, all kind of, but this have to dissolve into just sort of like waves up, right? So you said, okay, we can talk about maybe angry, waves calm, it looks like scary, but dissolve into ocean, just dissolve. There's no more there, there's anger. So something like that. But also I say this, our word is, our word is temporary helps, but not automatically. Okay, you have more questions?
Drupala, nothing on Zoom, but in a previous teaching, you talked about this topic a little bit, and you had mentioned that if it's something positive, usually we have a delay before we do something with that one. But if it's negative, like instant, we go right to anger and a reaction. And so one other time you said, well, maybe it's best to get some space for the negative before you have a reaction. Perhaps you could talk about that a little bit, because that's kind of a good antidote.
Right. So that's very important. Particular issues, problems, is if you immediate reactions, I said, you know, killing each other. So that's big. So really is to just as much as possible negative things or anger, hatred, just there are conflicts, each other, or whatever, and have to delete just as much as possible. So if immediately reaction and reply, that has no wisdom. Completely overpowered by the afflictive emotions like anger or fighting or worry or whatever, that moment, no wisdom. Then you get big mistakes like killing each other, or not only that, you say many bad things, right? Unnecessary things, hurt people, So then, even though you delay it, then later on, oh, wait a minute, what I say, they got thinking, what they're thinking, what they're doing. If the negatives, if a moment reply, they cannot see other situation at all, just me, just angry, they're doing this, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. You cannot see any things positive, reason. But later on, then you're thinking about, oh, he's saying that's true or not, what they're right or wrong, and then even though thinking, oh, that's wrong, so they're kind of like thinking about, I kind of strongly reply, they benefit or not, So they're thinking like about other, you're not me. So what I can say, best for both, So they're kind of like involve the wisdom, you have wisdom. Then handle pretty well. So that's, I think, I think I said before too, so that's and also individually too. Individually, sometimes not related, inside I have problem, difficulty time, but not keep going, kind of like post, okay. So sometimes very difficult these days too, we can hearing many times. Even though like lose the business, they kill themselves. So that's only happened. They're just thinking, just immediate reaction. But maybe like those people, maybe 1 week, whatever, thinking about, then they're different. Then they can't about wisdom. Oh, okay, let's do more, but they can do something. Yes. We are born with money, right? No business, nothing, zero. So then we think about, okay, I'm born in zero, but I do something, And also same thing. I die, I go to zero, you cannot take anything. So these two things, begins and end is same situation, So, but I said that's, I think, and also I think very important part is the strength, build up strength. So, whatever comes, you think that's okay, It is okay, So that's kind of, you okay means, when you think are you okay, so then the kind of strength build up. So then negative side is the become lower, reduce. It's something, problems come, right? The problems come, is that stay okay. And the problem side, they reduce. But rethinking is the so we said many times, I'm not okay, right? I'm not okay doing this, I'm not okay, right? I think many saying that. So if you thinking or your concept is not okay, you create no okay, then maybe that's really no okay. Then they start like the problem is really kind of higher, generated. So some people say, oh, that's I not believe, I not okay, that's I not okay, not okay. So we thinking like, oh, no, think, oh, I'm not okay, that's like a problem is just push away, but no. If you think I'm not okay, that's big problem, you know. So I think it's really important. Everything's okay, you know. Even though some people maybe enjoy, I said, you know. If you not enjoy, but at least I'm okay, right? So it also interesting is the mind is powerful. Okay. So the mind you can change anything, not anything, everything, right? I think not anything. What means anything? Anything is just like a bit, right?
Everything.
Everything, yeah. You can change the environment. You can change it physically. So what they call science, they physically change the mind, or science, they believe the mind or no? Huh? My question is, science believe consciousness or mind?
Depends who you ask. Which scientist?
Yeah, general science.
No,
Huh?
no. They would say it's based on like chemical. One old way of thinking is it's based on like chemical reactions in the brain and electrical signals and things like that, and that's where the thinking comes from somehow. They think it's mechanical almost.
All right. So that is not right, I think.
No.
Right? Then they think it's brain, everything's brain. They're already there, right?
Correct.
There's no mind, there's no solution. We believe the mind. The mind can change the physical brain, you know. They're interdependent. Your brain is good, maybe physically is good. Or maybe physically good, then help the mind, it too, kind of interconnected. But where's your mind change to everything? So that's my story is my grandfather, not also my father. So during the Cultural Revolution time, and the Chinese beating him, okay, Dharma is poison, or religious is poison. You believe the Dharma, what the benefit? You can wearing benefit your food, or you, what the benefit you don't get your Dharma practice, not get food from whatever, and not clothing. But then my father, even though during, beating him, but he's really kind of strong man. Yes, he said, Dharma is clothing. Yes, Dharma is food. Then he's saying this, look at the Milarepa. He meditated, no need food. So that is his Dharma's food. And then they said, the Milarepa, he meditate in the snow, mountain, ice. He no need cloth. So Dharma is cloth. Better than, regular food and regular, food. So that, they change it. Mind change to physical. So if everybody, first the born, we have the physical, just born, right? And then everybody no need to do anything, no mind, they already have, so everybody, but they don't. But mind makes, physical change, or what I believe brain is change too. Okay.
So I was going to make a comment on the science, which I think neuroscience and physicists have come a long way now to the mind and consciousness. It's really interesting stuff. But fundamentally, we have in our brain a default mode network, which is responsible for the self reflecting all the time, me, my ego, mine. And science has proven that meditation slows that default mode network down. It like just sort of puts it at rest, and then one can experience what it's like to not identify so much with the ego and the I and the mind. So people who aren't practicing Buddhism but who are practicing meditation are getting that experience, and there's so much wonderful research and results coming from it. So I just wanted to make that comment.
All right. Yeah. So also I think the science can research. Science said there's no mind. I don't think so, but they didn't find. So slowly, recovering. Just so right now, you're right. So now the science, the meditation. Before there is just the science. Everything just physically. One hand is meditation. It's nothing. You cannot show the physically this, but now they improve. Your meditation cannot prove itself, but meditation help to physically body can help. They see, So science maybe able to see, who knows, maybe next life in the puddle or consciousness, so, but also science. It's just their research, more, find. So, but also, I think the science rule is if you're really evident, if you're showing this one, but you're not able to show, then sort of they're not a science thing,
Just to throw out another science, of course, there's thousands of psychologists running around with their theories, but they've done a lot of research, of course. And one of the things I've read is that to change a habit, any habit, but especially like one feels is a bad habit, or a good habit, to develop a good habit, if you do it for 28 days, 28 days seems to be the magic number to change for a lot of people, for a very large number of people. So I'm just throwing that out. If you want to change your mind.
All right. Yeah, actually, you see this. That's true. So this amazing is Dharma too. So Dharma is, they said, okay, you meditate, right? So like, for instance, for training the mind. So the higher the realization they can see, able to see their mind, how they can change, So they said, okay, 1 month, right? Or maybe 3 weeks. So, and then they have more and more realization that your deity, your recitation, 100,000. So that's then really can change it, familiar. So yeah, that's true, so definitely. So that's really familiar. And that's just really, one thing is very easy to understand, so we are, not you're familiar, the job, difficult, you don't like, maybe. But then, yeah, if you're working like 20 years, then what is your job? It's just nothing, So similar, so this kind of, or physically can change. And then also I think we're talking about the positive things, so not delete. So when you want to practice, when you like good things, when you thoughts to help others, or practice, whatever is positive is not delete. So making change, okay, today I want to do this one, but there or maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow your mind is different. So then this contest, the obstacle, they comes. Also, this always we are interesting, right? Counter, they said in the Pardo practice, or some there's the different practice, the positive boy and negative boy is always this a challenge, right? You understand? So this kind of example, that's really not real boys, but. So you good thoughts, right? Positive thing. Then negative boys say, don't do this one, don't do this. So sort of like our mind, oh, maybe not, maybe not,
He's saying voice.
Huh?
Voice.
No, boy.
Boy?
Boy.
Okay, mine's.
Yeah, boys. So sort of like a side two boys. So one is they call negative boy,
Okay, like on the shoulders. One.
right shoulders, and the positive boy. So you have like positive things, they do benefit things. Then negative boys say, don't do that, don't do you. They try to change the mind. Oh no. This not benefit you. No. And then but the positive boys still pushing. Go ahead. You're this good, That's just looks right? But this example. So then, and then the negative boy thinks, okay, you do these negative things, you do this. And then positive boy said, no, don't do that, that's negative. So, but sometimes like similar our mind, every time, every moment we change, so today's, I help those things benefit the people, maybe tomorrow's gone, they win the negative boy. But so, yeah, they said, that's interesting. So sometimes really true, maybe never happened too, so like that's a melody about the story, this the hunter, right? Hunter. So hunter, so hunter really moved to retreat, follow the, melody path. So I want to go to practice. They back forth, they're saying, so, like first they fight and later on they become friends. Then hunter like really involved, understanding how important Dharma practice. And then he said, okay. The hunter said, I follow you. I want to, whole life, I practice with you. Then the hunter said, but I want to go home. I talk to my wife. So then Milarepa said, if you want now, go ahead, just no need to prepare anything. So he didn't. So he didn't go home. So then I think this Milarepa's like, he has hundreds, thousands, disciples, but like, those like highest, I think they called directly go to the Sukhavati, or Pure Land, the disabled. So this got one of them. So, but he changed the mind. No, he'd go home. Probably obstacle. Wife said, go ahead. No, don't think so. So you mainly take care of things. Why are you going? So then become obstacle. So.
Never come back.
Yeah, so that's a situation. So, but anyway, this is just faraway story. But I want to practice. Go ahead. Something planning. I want to meditation right now. Go ahead. That time. Right. So not delayed. questions?
Another teaching comes to mind of yours. Another one of your teachings comes to mind about one time you said in Tibet, the time to prepare for a flood is before the water comes. And so the same thing kind of applies with getting ready for like habitual patterns of suffering or problems that you have in your life. Like many people have like the same kind of situation arise over and over again with different circumstances. So it would be wise to perhaps think about, if this thing keeps happening to me, maybe I can be ready for the next time it happens and maybe not have the same kind of negative result. Can you talk about what one does to prepare for problems in advance?
All right, so this prepare, I think whatever Dharma practice, that is the prepare. So which kind of prepare, you know. But also this not pay attention or next maybe problem comes, shouldn't thinking that.
Okay,
So
not creative.
right, so not create, you know. But whatever practice, that's the prepare. But also, I think most important part is if you past problems, right? So some you have past problems, really strong kind of imprint. Maybe you past, you're thinking all the time, thinking again, this you what called habit or habitual tendency is very strong. So these problems you'll not keep going. You don't want to keep going. We have to purify. Right. So in order to the past issue or purifying or stop, so one key point is shouldn't think again. So normally it's the whatever the begins, you know, problem, maybe the big problem, maybe small problem, whatever issues, but thinking again and again, again. Then even though you begin, there's no big deal, you know. But you or we thinking too much, the problems, sort of like excuse, reason, whatever, you know. And then the power, negative power is stronger and stronger and stronger. So we said karma imprint the mind. Then always you remember past issues. So those are, I said, this first key point is shouldn't thinking bad, you know, or you shouldn't think I fall, therefore not, you know, live naturally, but also don't remind. Just pass the past, right? It is past, what they comes, you know. No matter your worry, what they come back. The reason, you know, so that there's real problem, okay? Real problem, maybe your real problem is past. So what the benefit, you know? Or you lose something, your past, just already lose. Or no matter your day and 24 hours you're thinking, but not come back. So also, interesting, right? Like, I think Dharma is sometimes amazing, you know. So for example, yeah, maybe that's example is, okay, you 20 years ago, something your business, you lose $100,000, okay?
How did you know?
And then you already lose 100,000 20 years ago, right? But you every day thinking, every day you losing 100,000, you know. But if you 20 years ago you 100,000 lose, since you're never thinking. You want to lose is gone, but not every day you're losing. You're no worry, you know. So that's your 100,000 lose. You worry, right? You worry. But then, so some people are thinking, this is just example, whatever EQ problem, thinking all the time, maybe you're 20 years thinking, then how many days, how many months, how many years, you're losing every day 100,000, That's much you're suffering. You're not really physically money, you're not losing everything, but you feel losing every day 100,000. So those we don't want, So also we don't want to karma imprint. So that is the Dharma practitioners, the two different categories. Like monastic, monk, right? They have sojourn. What called the sojourn was the English?
Purification, like confession.
Confession.
Yeah, confession, whatever this, the 50 days. So, right, 15 days, 1-5. Yeah, so approximately full moon, new moon. So, that's another category, right? So that means you whatever did, confession and not thinking later, not maybe keep going, not mistakes, whatever. But we are practitioner with the Vajrayana, they, I think, confession within the session. So that's kind of more higher practice, the more important. So the session means like usually the 4 sessions a day. Like practitioner, I said it's a retreat, right? So this, morning 4 o'clock to, I don't know, maybe 8, or maybe not 8, maybe 7 or something in one session, and then 8 to maybe 12 one session, or maybe 1 to 5 one session, and then 6 to now. Like they divide maybe 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever. So there is kind of that negative, whatever going on, so try to stop within the 4 hours or within the 3 hours or within 24 hours. So that's negative, they said not power. Because you didn't generate it. Easy just. But every day is thinking these negatives, more power. So really difficult. Like sometimes they said, I think, what is that? I'm not sure exactly. Something maybe there's 7 years or something, maybe 2 years, I'm not sure. But they said you cannot purify. So that means actually that you can purify negative things, but much harder. You more kind of input you stuck in your mind. So much harder, Maybe you 7 days, kind of imprint, Maybe you take 7 years, can purify. But I don't know, but just guessing. So, but much harder. But you within the, 1 day. So also, I think this may be related too. They say if you can, like before you go to bed, right? They said if you can, Vajrasava 3 times. So this I think very important. So you're thinking about today, okay? What I did, You feel good thing, positive thing, the virtue-wise thing, you joy and dedicate. And then I'm not going to tomorrow, so this you see Vajrasava 3 times. And also, so I did mistakes today, I get angry, I have a problem. So then try to purify, so okay, I'm no longer doing that. So you say, the Vajrasattva 3 times, you're able to purify whatever they deeds, you know. Okay, so maybe you have one more question. This Zoom is no question? Okay.
I keep looking. So I have a selfish question. I have a very deep, strong karmic imprint in driving problems.
Take the bus.
I don't like the bus either. But so I reinforce this one on a regular basis, even though my intention is to be a better driver and to not have frustration with other drivers. So I've got a really deep pattern of how many ever years I've been driving in these roads around here. So my guesstimate is you're going to tell me, well, just start and eventually you'll get there. But is there anything you could say about a really deep pattern like that one?
Right, yeah, I think we did before discussion, you know, so we're talking about the, even though Christian, you know, so this, the, take care of the neighbors, right? This make friends,
right,
the neighbors.
Right. Yeah.
So, but maybe these days not that, less issues, because the long time ago, all the family together, working together, living together, eating together, good things too, but also bad things happen, angry, whatever, or stealing things, or they using other things, other tools, or whatever this. But we don't have much these days, but we have more in the highway, whatever, road, down there, you know. I think the best option is okay, you angry to some dower, right? But that dower, they know you or don't. They don't know you. They don't purpose you. Right? Reality. Even though you don't see your face, don't know your name, why? Why angry to those, you know? But also we don't know, you don't know other dower either, you know, where live, what is name, what their motivation, nothing. And then, and also I said it before, one thing is I said, okay, you know, we have to okay, or somebody slow, okay. They try to best, they're just one thinking, you know, that's okay. Or somebody fast, maybe they're different motivation there. Not purpose us, not for me, really is. There's somebody, doesn't matter I'm there or not, they first go fast. So, and somebody I said, it's not really for me, purpose, but anyway they're slow. So all kind of things, then why angry, you know? Why the judgmental? Really, I think reality is no reason, right? Even though like somebody like in China, okay, you first go, you know, or you limit, they have, but still people not listening. Actually, this Rolf and Paul, and you know, you guys know, right? So, okay, from here, the checkpoints, okay, you go enter this 75, right? So they put right down, okay, you right now 12 o'clock, right? Then you get temper. You got, they calculate the 80 kilometers hour. So you get, in Tampa, another checkpoint, you write down, so you have to be there exactly like walk at 12:30, right? Something, for example. They do regulation, but people are not doing that. So then go fast and they stay there. You cannot they get punishment, right? You can drive really fast, maybe you can get there 12:20, but then 10 minutes just side road, just pick up a truck, and then the 12:30 enter the checkpoint. So anyway, so that's kind of like another, no, they cannot really same at all in the road. Even the most strict rule, the regulated, the government regulated. If you threw, so the 10 minutes earlier, big problem. Probably the big problem. Maybe their punishment is like, if he said, oh, take out recover money, not like that, so maybe took the driver lesson or whatever. But anyway, so that's I don't relate it or not. But really, it's not only I think this no driver, but sometimes we are rising affect emotions, so sometimes we have excuse, some reasons. But sometimes really not make sense, anything, Like, Darwin, why the angry, Why the judgment? I angry to them, what benefit? I really angry that person, but then nothing feels. But then chasing each other, so this is, that feels, but normal, how many cars each second, like highway, like, I don't know, 1 second, maybe 10 cars, right? Maybe passing 10. So yeah, that's, I think.
So lack of wisdom is the answer.
Right, yeah.
Can I comment?
Okay.
To me, with anger, with driving, I used to have it quite a bit. I'm trying to speak up, but the other person normally doesn't know what they're doing, and it's not a personal thing. If they are driving fast or slow or cut you off, or they're not doing what you want them to do, they don't know anyways. They're going to go on. And here you are sitting in your car with your anger and frustration, and you let that person that doesn't even know you steal your serenity. They don't even know you. They're already long forgotten, and then you're still dwelling over it. So that's how I've come to terms with it. It's if anything, then I need to look at myself. Why am I letting myself get angry because that person's not doing what I want them to do, if they're breaking the law or not? That's one of my things on that. And 28 days is a vice. It's like Nishu passed, and I kept the meditation room there. And I wasn't practicing that much. But I kept the room alive with water bowls and being someone that lives in recovery, one of the things I went through I want to have a cigarette. You do, but don't. And that was it. Hang up the phone. But it got that thought out of my head and put it out of me. And that's really, that has helped me with this too. Those are comments to what I've heard today. Thank you.
All right, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, right. So the negatives come up so often, but that time's delayed. Okay, just do something else, not keep going. And yeah, that's really helpful. So, but normally we don't remember, those or negative things just quickly go, So that's if you really, pause, delay it, and then kind of like shine the wisdom, So then they know what you do, So. Okay.
I was going to say one thing, but then Lincoln left. And he gave me this, though. But I just, if you could, if I don't see him, tell him, I was going to say about driving. When I was learning to drive, my dad was teaching me, and he said, imagine you're holding a cup of tea, a full cup of tea, you know, not to the brim, but, you know. And you want to have this tea not spill. So drive very smoothly, you know, look ahead, and, you know, don't be accelerating and braking really fast. And I thought that's really great advice. And I noticed when I followed this advice, Greg, that it also, I think it is intellectually and emotionally, I calm down such that I don't want, imagine this, it's a visualization. Get that cup of tea should not only not be swishing around and fall, you know, making a mess, but you want it to be beautiful and pure. So you want to have a happy frame of mind, calm, compassionate even. You let that person in front of you if you're not going, you know, in a big rush. This was for you, Lincoln. I was saying about my dad, who was very, very smart and a psychologist, a child psychologist, taught me to drive, and he said, visualize a cup of tea, Lincoln. And, you know, you don't want to spill it, so you drive carefully and slowly and without, you know. But also imagine that it's nice and clear and happy like a good mind. That's it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's actually a good question. So, yes, I was first time driving, right? So then this hours just and the wrong, you know. But Tom, right? Tom. So Tom always with me. He's very, very nice man. Extremely. It is something you were. So probably never slow down and then just maybe brake. Of course, I did sure. So then one time he said, "Oh, actually, this car is for slow down." And exactly you said, you cup of tea, not fell down. So that's he. Kind of I never forget, you know. So he never say anything. I think I handle mistakes, you know. But another thing is, all right, one time he told me, so the like kind of the training. So I do like immediately, just I need to turn, I just brake, you know. So then that time he told me like, I did two things I never forgot. Oh, if you want to like sharp training, before slow down, and the real training, you speed recover up. You get corner, right? So I just always get corner. Then I cannot do sharp turn, I just brake, you know. So that's two things he told me. So that's two. So not split the tea, okay? Brake. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, interesting. I did mistakes, many mistakes. Actually, you Paul, right? You Faith, right? Faith, you know Faith. The St. Petersburg. She's the museum.
Yeah. Faith.
Faith, yeah. So there, that is just brand new, you know. So then we walked on. So we went to post office, you know. So post office, so some reason, I thought normally I think like a bit longer, you know, but they're driving, I saw the post office there, you know, just 10. I just sharp turn, and then this the small parking lot, I just, this outer parking lot is something like pie or the like meadow, I just up and I down. Also, I thought he's kind of really screaming anything. Then just slow down. Interesting. But otherwise, people say, "Wow, what are you doing? You know, this is dangerous." It didn't say anything. Even though it didn't say anything, in the car completely stopped, sort of like parking lot. Then he said, "Oh, interesting." So yeah, first time was kind of problem mistakes, I think. Okay, so the dedication.
So turn to page 24 in your prayer book. By the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Dragompa Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you.